It's time for the Giz Wiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick D. Bartolo. This is episode 1699, recorded Thursday, November 1st, 2018. Not so excellent. On this episode of the Giz Wiz, we have 3 gadgets from PhotoExpo, a new monthly theme. We get to find out what the heck was it, and what the heck is it for the next months, and the best viewer video ever. All next on the Giz Wiz!
It's the same show with Dickie D and OMG chat on your PC. It's time for the Giz Wiz because gadgets are his business. They've got a gizmo sickness, geek disease, under pathology, rows and rows of USBs, glowing LEDs. Get ready for the Giz Wiz now.
Now, and here he is, our chief executive gadgeter, Dick D. Bartolo. How you doing, Dickie D?
I'm doing well, sir. Does chief executive, what was the last part of that? Chief executive? Gadgeter, yes. Does that come with a salary?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it does? Oh, okay, great.
Yeah,
great.
If you want celery with like peanut butter in it or easy cheese.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Whichever.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I want to hire celery next week.
Okay, good.
Anyway, so welcome to new Skype. If you are a Skype user, you may wake up today. November 1st was Microsoft's cutoff day. And fortunately, I came in the studio like an hour early, and I called one computer to the other just to make sure Skype is working. And the one computer said, well, that person is not on. And I said, what? I'm always on. So I go in and you hit Skype and it says, welcome to new Skype. Do you have a camera? Do you have a micro? It's all new.
So it had also logged you out. So if you were waiting on a call, you wouldn't have seen it.
No, it logged you out. It took away old Skype. Now don't tell
Skype, because somehow I've flown under the radar. I don't know how. Don't tell anybody. We can't speak of it too loud. They're listening.
I know. I also found a place today, and you might want to do this, folks. One website, you can still download. I think it's Skype 741. 740 evidently was buggy and had some security issues. 7.1, I was able to download it. But I heard that Microsoft is going to make it so you can't use old Skype, period. So I didn't want to play with it before the show, just in case. They
got against old Skype. It's so good.
Oh, I know.
Us Skype power users need it.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you go into explore all the features of new Skypes, you can put cute things in the corner. You can
I'm
write.
Sure they have face filters with dog faces.
Yes, you can write in different colors. There is no video camera control, period.
Wow.
You cannot. I think you can do something now. You know the little picture in the corner? You used to be able to drag it wherever you want it. I tried dragging it right before the show, and suddenly I had 2 images from.
Yes.
I don't know.
So we were plagued for a few weeks with new Skype before I figured out how to
go back to old Skype.
The old Skype. Yeah, exactly. And we got complaints all the time. Why can I see Dick twice? Why is there a big photo and then a small photo up in the corner? It's because I couldn't move it. And that's his return video that you were seeing. So you're seeing Dickie D twice. It's just so frustrating. So
I know. I just don't know. But anyway, it doesn't look that bad now that I see it. Except the shot is much wider. So I had to actually dust another 2 feet of my studio. Yeah, I used to put all the crap out of camera range, but now I have to put the crap even further out of camera.
Oh yeah. I still got the tie box and the mini filing cabinet sitting around here. All this stuff is just right off frame, and you don't notice it at all. It's great.
Yeah. And that's what was good about old Skype. I would go, I didn't dust. Let me just go in a little tighter, a little tighter. Oh, there we are.
Okay, that's out of frame. Okay, that's good. That's great.
Just me.
Well, we have a jam-packed episode because not only do we have normal gadgets, but we have new themes, old what the heck is it's, and a viewer video that must have taken 5 years to make. So we got tons of stuff on this episode.
Okay, well, let's get in it. Last week was PhotoExpo here in New York City at the Javits Center, and we have 3 gadgets from there. I have to thank Larry Gerson. Dennis was unavailable, so Larry, who loves this show anyway, said, "Oh, I'll be there anyway. I'll do your videos for you." So we'll take a look at a video, a gadget being shown for the first time ever at PhotoExpo 2018. Here it is.
Dick DiBartolo, Maz Menace writer, and the Giz Wiz, One Take Theater here, PhotoExpo 2018. So we're walking down the aisle, and I see what looks like a bowling ball, but it's not, okay? If you take 360-degree photos, Brian has a neat way to take one of those photos and make it into a
SnapSphere. I'm Brian with SnapSpheres.
Whoa!
If you take a 360-degree photo with a 360 camera, you can preview it in our app and spin your sphere around, and we will print you out one of these babies and mail it right to you.
I see all these divisions here. Can this come apart, or?
Sure, it's a magnetic. It's a fully magnetic puzzle with 32 pieces. I'll show you an example here.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh wow! So
Oh, you know what? I was looking at that and saying this is the world's worst picture.
Yeah, this one's a little bit scrambled. For the show, we actually had some of them glued together, so that one's not coming apart due to the glue. But here's an example we have that just comes apart. So it'll just you can smush it. Everything just comes right apart, and the magnets just snap right together, and you can assemble your sphere.
That is really great. So you pick the photo you want, you go on your app. Can the app sort of emulate what it might look like?
Yep, it sure can. So you install our app, and then you select your photo on your phone that you took, and then up will come a preview of your SnapSphere. You can just spin right around on your phone, see where the pieces line up with your image. And there's an order button right there.
And what does it cost, Brian?
It's $139 for a sphere. It comes with a sphere and a simple stand for it.
Very good. And I like that a lot. Is this brand new?
It's brand new. This is our first show. This is basically our first premiere show showing to the world. I think everyone here is their first time seeing it.
Okay, so snapspheres.com is your website?
That's right, snapspheres.com. We have an app in either App Store or online. Here's a nice sailing adventure we had this summer.
And that's a nice way to use tax-deductible money to go on a sailing adventure. We had to take a 360-degree photo, so we got a yacht.
Yes, and now we're doing the ones of Egypt,
Yes,
so we have to
exactly.
write that trip off.
Yeah. That's really cool. So first, I was just like, that is an awesome way to display just photos on a sphere. That is so cool. If you are the type that has already purchased a 360 camera, what a neat idea to print it onto a sphere just to show it to your friends or whatever. Take a 360 on top of Mount Everest. That's an awesome, little thing to have. But then the fact that it also was a puzzle that completely shocked me. I thought you were, you're like, hey, there's some lines here. I thought you were like, it's not that well made. I can kind of see. And then he's like, oh, well, that's the point of it. That's great.
Yeah, just run a little bit of their
they have
website
a
video. Yeah, it's just 40 seconds because there are a ton of magnets in there.
Yeah. Look at that. I mean, that is not
like every piece. Look at this.
Has like 3 magnets or something like that.
Yeah, and it polycarbonate sections.
That's what I want to do. That's what
I don't think you want to take it apart like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's cost $130. You gotta be careful. I think that's really neat.
Yeah.
I almost wish they sold a version that didn't come apart, that just was a sphere.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess you could
cool.
glue it together. Oh, what's he doing here?
He's lighting it. There he goes. Whoa.
Oh! Oh, that's a nice way to display it.
Yeah, and then he should sell globes. What an interesting idea. Just sell some globes, okay? That's what the business that you need to be in. Globes. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Snap spheres. Interesting. And I assume that you can use, you don't have to have exactly a 360 camera. Maybe you could use, I don't know, Google has some way to take spheres, and maybe there's some apps out there that you could do that as well. Because that'd be kind of nice to not have to purchase an entire 360 camera just to get.
Well, you know, if you have a friend with one, just say, can I borrow your camera overnight?
Yeah.
I need one 360 degree so I can make my own bowling ball.
Yeah. Yeah. Throw this in a bowling ball.
Yeah, it's pretty clever. It's pretty clever.
Yeah, I like it. A little costly, but it's kind of a very niche product. Very, very niche. So cool that you found it.
Yeah, okay. Now, the second is a thing called Pictar. And I'm going to do a couple minutes of it and then tell you why you shouldn't buy that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Dick DiBartolo, Man's Madness Writer, and the Giz Wiz One Take Theater here at gizwiz.tv. PhotoExpo 2018. I'm walking down the aisle. I believe that this man is trying to sell half a camera. But we're going to ask Tom, what is this?
I promise it's not half a camera. What it is it's hardware partnered with software, which is an app called Pictar. Pictar lets you utilize your phone's capabilities that are kind of hidden. So you can change your shutter speed, you can change your ISO, you can change, you can actually do macro photography. I have a couple photos where I was taking pictures of the pixels of this TV. Everybody was really impressed. A couple people bought some. Come by.
But, no hard sell here. Yeah. Right. No. So show us how it works.
Yeah. So what this is a awesome case that has a $1.20 on the bottom. You get your cold shoe on the top. You get a actual shutter button, so it feels like you're holding, a DSLR camera. You also get your mode scrolling wheel. You get your setting wheel and a zoom function in the front. How it works is actually pretty interesting and something that I haven't seen before. It doesn't connect with Bluetooth and it doesn't connect with Wi-Fi. It uses high-pitched frequencies that correlate to buttons. So every time you scroll a button, a high-pitched frequency goes off. That's not duplicated in nature at all, so you're never going to get any interference.
Will it know what phone you have, like if you're using an Android or an iPhone?
No, it just reacts to the app. So as long as the app is on.
Oh, the app. I see.
As long as the app is on and running, and you're scrolling the wheel, it'll be on there. Right now, I'm in the macro mode. As you can see, I don't have a ring. I used to have a college ring, and it would look really cool whenever I did that. But let's zoom in on my skin. You can see how dry my knuckles are. And then you can kind of get a little bit closer and you can kind of see that. So what the app is doing is it's using the telephoto lens on the iPhone 7 Plus, and it's kind of zooming in and changing the focus for you to be able to do macro.
Well, now, shouldn't we be doing that with the dial on top?
Yes. So this is one of the modes that uses the screen. And this is why I tell people that even just downloading the Pictar app itself can still unlock some capabilities that you didn't know your phone had. So it does stand alone, and with the added hardware can do so much more. So you can change.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, so if we go to their website, I went to the website to look up something, and up at the top, we find that there is version 2 coming out, and let's see, up there.
Is that Kickstarter campaign?
Yes, Kickstarter campaign, and there was something about very clever. So they were looking for $25,000. They're past $250,000. And if you want to jump in that video at 1 minute and 40 seconds, there's something very clever.
Like better stability.
This is good.
Just like a camera, Pictar has 4 external buttons and wheels for precise control over the phone's camera and for unleashing its full potential. To really complete the camera feel and help take pictures when the sun glares on the phone, there's the viewfinder.
I love this idea.
It makes me feel like Annie Leibovitz. Or Robert Capa might be a better choice, being a man and all. Let's look at the features. Pictar comes with an app that detects all your phone's abilities, and in most phones even adds capabilities that other phones have. It also has advanced video features, just like a real camera. Every one of those features is accessible through the wheels and buttons of Pictar. Take, for example, the continuous zoom, an important tool when shooting a video. With Pictar, I just use the rocker switch. Through the app, I can even control the speed of the zoom. Simple enough even for the caveman. Then there's the shutter release button that easily takes pictures when fully pressed and that locks focus and exposure when half pressed. There's the exposure compensation wheel for better lighting control. It also allows for a quick flip between front and back cameras, for a quick selfie between shots. This button here is called the Smart Wheel. It allows the user to easily scroll between 8 preset modes, including full manual, shutter priority, ISO, and a video mode offering advanced video features such as white balance, shutter speed, and frame rate. The Pictar app offers so many professional photo and video options, just choose. I'll go with macro. I'm gonna focus on this spider. We couldn't get a real spider? Press the button, and that's it. A macro shot of a fake spider.
There's one other
I can also
feature
use the manual
toward
focus
the
on
end
whatever
here.
part I choose. Because it's a camera, on the top of Pictar Pro there is a cold shoe connector for LED devices or a shotgun mic, and on the bottom you can connect a tripod. Another feature I like is that Pictar has a built-in battery and it wirelessly charges your phone when it's in, so your shoots don't end abruptly with a dead battery. Pictar Pro works with really almost any phone as long as it has a...
Yeah, we can go out there.
So that's the Pro version versus
the
just
Pro.
Pictar.
Yes, and I think Chad, go over to the right. Is it available? When are they shipping?
Estimated delivery March 2019.
March 2019. So several things is that it's now designed so that it can take almost any camera that comes along. As they get bigger and bigger, you don't have to worry about it because it looks like it's open at the bottom and one side. I like the idea that it has its own battery, and that battery can also charge your phone.
Yeah, that's
and I like
neat.
the idea with that little viewfinder thing.
Yeah.
And
that
it looks like
very interesting.
It looks like it's $20 more than the current version. So if you don't need it right away and this idea appeals to you, wait for the Kickstarter campaign.
Yeah. It's in this kind of interesting area of prosumer, not quite investing in a DSLR or any other camera. You're just kind of using your camera, but it is fairly expensive, of around $100 or more.
Yes,
so it's kind of this weird gray area of photography.
Yes. The thing I like about it is that more of the features can be accessed with knobs and buttons.
Right, exactly.
Where, and I'm thinking that probably an older person would like that.
Exactly.
Because there are lots of things that cameras can do, but they're like 50 menus down.
Right.
And someone hands you the camera and say, yeah, just go that, now click that, now get that screen, go down, over, now up. And with this, it looks like you can get to screens much easier, or push a button and then the screen you're looking for is suddenly there. So for me, that's worth something extra.
Right. And also, I'm trying to imagine a use case where this is absolutely needed, and possibly some type of situation where you need to make sure that you can quickly change exposure and ISO and all that stuff, but also maybe where you need the smarts of a camera of the phone attached to your camera. So maybe you're taking photos that you have to immediately publish to Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and so having a phone, a real operating system in your camera is super needed. So interesting.
Yeah. No, someone was saying, I think it was Dan, was saying that he has the new LG 40 with many of those features. The problem is, I think the LG 40 is $1,000.
Right. I'm surprised that they didn't add in flash, some type of external flash that is more powerful than the LED flash.
That's very. You know what? That's very interesting.
I'm really surprised they didn't do that. I don't know. I wonder if there's a big issue with timing when it comes to the flash. But even if you just added 6 LEDs on the front and back, and just added a ton of fill light, like that would be awesome. That would be another great feature.
Maybe they figured the hot shoe is something that just stick your own light in there.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Anyway, that's Pictar. And as he said, you can download the app, and the app can add some features, not add some features to your phone, but make it easier to get to some features that your phone already has by using their app, and control them in a finer way. So if you want to check that app out, it's mymigo.com. It's on my website. MYMIGGO.com is where that is. There you are.
Perfect.
Okay. And finally, I got a press release from Fuji saying at PhotoExpo, we'll be showing our new, what is it called? The Instax SQ20 with a video function. And I'm thinking, an instant camera that does video. Was it throw the pictures out at like 20 a second? Anyway. So I went, and it's less dramatic than I thought, but here it is.
Hey, Dick DeBartolo, Man's Maddest Writer, and the Giz Wiz. We're here at Fujifilm. So, we show their cameras a lot. What would I told you if, what would you say, rather, if I told you they have an instant camera with a video function? I mean, Dana, how is that possible?
It is possible with the new SQ20 Instax camera. So here's the camera here, and it is our second hybrid camera. We had the SQ10, now the SQ20 has a new motion feature, which is video. And so just like any hybrid, you can pick and choose what you want to print. So you can
do a quick 15-second video of me, and then we'll look at it.
So you turn it
okay, good.
You can go into motion, which is video, or photo. And when you're in motion, you just hit the shutter button to start and stop recording. And then you have the video, I think it's about 15 seconds. You have the video recorded, and then you can go and select your best frame to print.
Now, can you also watch the video if you want?
Yes, you can go into playback, and you also have it on a mini SD card. So here's our little video. It's very short. I was trying to keep it short. So you can watch it. You have a micro SD card, so you can download the video and save it.
Is there sound on there?
That I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well,
I haven't had my hands on it.
Oh, that's okay. Let me just look on the front.
Is there sound in the video? Nick Revizio.
No sound. There's no sound. Okay, very good.
But it's for clips, and it's really important. Like with your people are doing with their smartphones, they're using video and then choosing the best clip out of the video to print. So that's a very popular feature.
Okay, and
other features are, of course, you can in playback mode, you can do different filter effects, which are I think there's like 15 of them now. There's so if we have an image. Here you are, you're looking good. We can change it to black and white, sepia. So it's really fun to go through the filters. You can add a vignette into the edges, and you can also lighten and darken. So there's some fun editing features.
That's very good.
When you're ready to print, you just hit print, and out you come.
Oh, I love that little print going up, and oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a fun.
Now, this is out now. This just came out.
It's $199 retail. We have the beige and the black. I really love this color with the gold. And you have your selfie mirror, and just your same function.
Right. Now, is it still about $1 a print?
A little bit more for the square, but about that, yes.
About that, okay.
Yeah, so the square.
And is the black here?
The black is over here.
Okay, we're just going to take a look at the black.
It's a little different than what we have with the SQ20. It's all solid black, and then we have the gold. So they're really pretty. I like the finish. So
that is
a very good retail price at $199.
Excellent. So I'm not quite developed yet, which is what my doctor said when I was born. So you look for that online and at stores, and it's the Fuji Instax SQ20.
Now, before you poo-poo this camera,
yes,
this is like the Instax camera is like one of the most popular cameras with teens nowadays. No idea why these instant cameras are coming back.
I asked them last year. They said it was driven by the youth market who never heard of Polaroid and think it's a miracle.
Yeah.
That. And then this year I said, is it still the youth market? And the woman said, well, it's now the youth market, and we're finding it's at events. People like to have this at an event, at a wedding.
Throw it around. They just leave it on the table, take a photo, take it home. It's a cool memento.
At birthday parties, at offices, people love shooting pictures, and you can take one home.
Yeah.
And they did one of me. They had a little setup there. So cool. I'm with Taylor. There's a Taylor Swift version of the camera too, for whatever reason. And why not? And why not?
And one of the reasons I bring that up right after the video is because my immediate reaction is to just bash this thing. It's huge. It looks clunky. It takes weird 4x3 video that turns into photos.
Well, these are the new ones are a 2x2.
Yeah.
So it's a little more realistic than I grabbed one off the thing there. Most cameras are using this. And the new one is using the 2x2. And she was right. It is about $1 if you buy a multi-pack. Oh, a single pack is ridiculous. A single pack is $15 and it's 10 shots. So now you're up to $1.50.
Yeah.
But on Amazon, twin packs were $20. So it's two packages of 10 sheets in each package. So that brings it back to a buck a picture. But you're right. Anybody who's lived through the Polaroid era is going to think, what?
I mean, or if you're just like into actual photography, you're thinking, what? It's like, I spent so much money on a crummy camera that prints out not that great photos, that takes crummy video with no sound. Like, you might miss the big story here, which is, kids love these, teens love these. The silly filters and stuff are things that this generation and customer base is wanting. So I think that it'll be a hit, even though I would never buy one.
I believe that this just came out October 20th. I believe this is their 6th new camera or 6th camera in the Instax line. So something's got to be going well for them. And I also think that Fuji is making the, what is it, zinc? What is their process, their film process?
Oh, the zinc image, zinc color, whatever.
Yeah, something like that. I believe that they make the film for Kodak and a couple of other companies that are, the images are not super.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's not the point. It's very much take it at a party, get a memory. It doesn't really matter if it's not the best quality, not the best user interface. It is just a fun little thing to toss around and do. They should make a waterproof version.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
I mean, it kind of reminds me a lot of, the disposable cameras that you would take on vacation back when I was very young. You just have a camera that you'd take some crummy photos with and remember the moment. And that's all it's for.
Yeah.
Awesome. The Fujifilm Instax Square SQ20.
20.
And you can find that at Fujifilm.
Fujifilm and on Amazon. And remember, buy packs in bulk. You save money.
Perfect. With that.
Okay. Well, yes.
I'm
so excited.
It is time to find out what is the next.
Don't need it, but you might want it at Chad's Crappy Corner. Get it.
Okay, so we asked our patrons, what should the new theme be? And it was between dual-purpose gadgets, so gadgets with two uses.
Yeah, that's good.
Breakfast gadgets, and one-handed gadgets. So things that you can pull off with a single hand. And the winner is breakfast gadgets, barely squeaking by.
Not by much.
Barely, with 2 extra votes. if now is ever a time to preach how much it matters to go out and vote, 2 votes, that's all. Your vote counts, folks, so get out and vote. Very timely there. So, breakfast gadgets are the theme for this month. So I went out and found a breakfast gadget. I recorded a video of it earlier. So let's take a look. Hey, Diggity. So here we are with the egglets. It kind of looks like oglets. But anyway, the egglets. This is an as seen on TV product. And the idea is that you can use this to make eggs that are hard-boiled without any shells by cracking the egg and dropping it into the egglets ahead of time so that when you pull them out, there is no shell to deal with. Easier to crack eggs ahead of time than it is to do it after they're already hard-boiled. Comes in this really nice packaging, actually, but you do have to cut open the packaging in order to get at the egglets. So we're gonna do that now. Okay, so opened up the packaging, and here's what an egglet looks like. It is silicone, so it has this nice, like, soft outside, has a threaded top, and then you put this extra top on. It says use with oil or cooking spray in multiple locations inside and also on the packaging. So apparently that is very needed. And on top of that, it gives you a little quick start guide and instruction booklet. So this is the instruction book. It's very easy to follow, really good photos, and it even has a few recipes in here for like salads and deviled eggs and things like that in the back. So kind of a really nice instruction book with the egglets. So just sprayed the egglets according to the instructions. So all of them are filled with oil. And now let's go ahead and crack the egg into the egglets, and I'm gonna do this with all 4 of them. And they do have a little lid. Close them up, and then you can use this little handle on top to drop it in the boiling water once it's boiling. Okay, so now we have a boil going in our pot, and now it is time to add the egglets. They're supposed to really not touch the bottom of the pan. And there they are, they're just kind of floating there. Oh, I hope that this is displacing a lot more water than I expected. I hope I have enough room for all of the egglets. Oh boy. There we go, perfect. Okay, now the cooking times on these are a little bit longer than I expected. For medium boil, you're gonna wait around 11 to 13 minutes. For a hard boil, above 13 minutes. And for soft boil, 8 to 10. So we're gonna go for 11 minutes. Actually, I guess we'll go for 13 minutes here to see about where it is in the medium to hard boil area. Okay, so that is the timer. They have been going for a little bit over 13 minutes. Now it's time to pull them out. It suggests to use tongs in order to do this. So pull them right on out. Now it says for hard-boiled, you should chill these or let them chill on the counter. And then for soft-boiled, also just serve them immediately. So we're gonna chill these down. Okay, so these have been sitting here for a little while. Let's go ahead and pop one out. They are definitely cold to the touch. So that's what it looks like inside. Now the commercial showed you just kind of flip it upside down and it pops right out. Whoop, there you go. So that's the inside of the egg.
You only got half. Where'd the other half of egg?
It definitely does not
half
look,
of egg go?
It's made like the way to sit properly.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay.
Come right on out. There we go. Oh, I squished that one. Maybe I haven't let it cool long enough. But the texture is like really weird. It's bubbly from all the oil. Let's open another.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. So far,
that
so
one was good.
Fairly clean inside of the egglet. Whoops, that one. Ships bon voyage. Okay, so there we go. So let's go ahead and cut into this. These should be hard-boiled eggs. They do smell very eggy. Okay, it looks like we got definitely more of a medium boil egg. The yolk is still a little bit soft in there. I don't know, some people prefer that, so I did this for 13 minutes, so yeah, it's in between a medium and a hard boiled egg on a few of these. So yeah, it looks like it turned out pretty okay. Other than the texture along the top, I would say those are okay. Of course, because it has, you know, just a flat thing, they can't easily sit down just right there. But other than that texture, I would say that these are all pretty cooked. And if I would have had more time, I wanted to cook them up to be a little bit more dry in the center, I could do that as well. That is the egglet. Okay, so a few things to mention. First, let me show you what the video looks like, because it's a little bit of a different situation, story from the commercial.
Fast and easy way.
You just pop it straight out. It's like there's no...
Oh my gosh.
It's like somehow the egg shrinks or something. And it doesn't have that texture that I had either. So it's a very different story from the commercial. Now,
I think off camera there's a stagehand with an electric sander polishing the eggs.
Making those eggs look perfect. It feels like they just did real eggs and then dropped them in to make it look as if they were cooked in the egglet. Some other things is that on Amazon, there's a ton of copycats. So this may even be one of those products that one person makes in China, and tons of people
What kind of reviews?
Not good. So this one, which is the first kind of sponsored, is at 2.5 stars. This one over here is also at 2.5 stars. This one's at 3, this weird green topped one. But most of them aren't super well reviewed. Now, some of them, if you read through the reviews, and I have, a lot of them have, like this is 265 reviews. That's not just a small amount of reviews. Some of them have issues with shipping. Some of them have issues with the product coming broken. And a few others have issues with instructions. Another thing is, without instructions, I wouldn't have known to make sure to really, really, really oil the inside of the egglet. And that was what a lot of people were complaining about, was that they were super difficult to get out. And so if you didn't have the instructions like I had, or the model that I bought that had the instruction booklet, you wouldn't know. And apparently this white egg stuff on the egglet is incredibly difficult to clean. It's super hard to clean off. So people were complaining about that as well. So I, because of lack of time, because not knowing exactly what the poll would say, I went and bought these at Bed Bath & Beyond. And so they are $10 at Bed Bath & Beyond, and these have all the instructions, and it only comes with 4 egglets. But you can find, you know, a myriad of prices over on Amazon. These ones are also $10, but you get 6 of them, and then there's all these different versions. A lot of them are around $10. This one's around $13 with a different type of carrying case and stuff like that. So they kind of range in price.
Well, how many stars would you give it?
Not that many, and the reason is because it's like more work. It's not worth it.
Yes, it seemed like you were doing an awful lot of cuts. And
yeah, exactly. Is you got to make sure you get the product. I cleaned it, then you crack eggs into it, which is an easier process than trying to peel eggs after the fact. But then it's like difficult to cook. They cook longer. They take a lot longer to cook. And then you have to clean this afterwards, which you don't have to do with hard-boiled eggs. You have hot water left over after hard-boiled eggs.
Do you like hard-boiled eggs? Let's start there.
Yeah, I do. Especially, it also depends on kind of the diet I'm on at the moment. Eggs are an awesome source of protein, awesome source of good fats and stuff like that. So sometimes recently I haven't been super egg crazy, but sometimes I have to eat a lot of eggs depending on what diet I'm on. And so hard-boiled eggs are awesome because you make them, they store super easily. You can easily figure out portions. You know, sometimes if I've never done this, but scramble eggs in advance and then try to heat up scrambled eggs. But that would be a little bit harder to tell exactly how many eggs you're eating and that sort of stuff. So hard-boiled eggs are, if I'm eating a lot of eggs, hard-boiled eggs are normally what I would go for. But the extra work, the extra cleaning, and the fact that the texture does not seem like a hard-boiled egg makes me put this in the crappy category. I'm not really a big fan of it. So yeah, that is the Egglets. You can find them online and as seen on TV if that is your thing. Moving on to Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy, together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play in Dick's Gadget Warehouse. Foghorn.
All right, so this is the video that we've been touting. Buddy Yates made it. It's 5.5 minutes, and he said, I know you can't show this on the show, but I made it for the meetup. Well, we showed it at the meetup, and we showed it on our virtual part of the show. But it's quite an astounding video. It's at least 50 different locations, and there is a gadget in it. So, Buddy, we're running it on the show, and here it is.
Hey, meetup. Buddy Yates here with Mayor Sonny Bono in a top-secret location. Tech gadgets require more time to cover thoroughly, and so Dick and Chad really can't put those videos on the show. So I thought, oh, the meetup. I can send my video into the meetup, and it won't have the time constraint that the show has. You guys aren't leaving until you've finished eating all of Dennis's food anyway. I wanted to tell you about a new gadget I found. It solved a really difficult problem for me. So I went on this long road trip recently, and I have a problem that neither Chad nor Dick have. Chad's Tesla's bristling with technology, and Dick doesn't own a car. So the Bluetooth speaker I brought wasn't loud enough to be heard over the road noise in my convertible. I cannot hear my phone for navigation. Then I remembered that I had a similar problem 35 years ago and started checking Amazon to see if I could find the same solution. My solution at the time was a little FM transmitter that you could plug an auxiliary input into and play music over my car stereo that way. So I went on Amazon like I always do. And not only do they still make those things, there are literally hundreds of these things, different models with different features. Just search for Bluetooth FM transmitter. Use the knob to adjust the volume to increase the volume. I don't know. The one I chose has 2 USB charging ports. One is marked 3.1 amps and one is marked 1.0 amps. That the 1 amp port is for charging only and there's no data line, but it doesn't say anything like that about the 3 amp port. So I'm guessing it must send your data home to China. I wish I was kidding. And there's a button for making a phone call. And it has a micro SD slot. Do you have one of these? Then you probably have some MP3s floating around somewhere. All these tunes coming off of this teeny little card, and you stick it in your computer, and you fill it up with tunes. I notice it's playing the files alphabetically. This is clearly anecdotal, but my 1,000 tunes takes up less than 12 gigabytes. And the best part for me is the display. So here we'll plug it in. Okay, and it tells you your battery voltage, which is kind of weird. Bluetooth. Is your car more than 5 years old? Then it probably does not understand Bluetooth at all. What is the square root of 81?
square root of 81 is 9.
My old car now has Bluetooth and MP3 capability.
And now the sat nav, if I'm using Google Maps for directions.
I don't usually gush about tech gadgets, but this one works really well. I thought it was so neat, I bought a couple more of them for Christmas presents. There always seems to be some fatal flaw. Interestingly, the manual gives specs, but it doesn't give the current. It tells you 12-volt input, but it doesn't tell you the current needed by the device. So why is this important? Well, if the device draws 2 or 3 amps of 12-volt power and there's no off switch, then it's gonna run your battery down pretty quick. We test the gadgets, so you don't have to. Typical car battery is 50 amp hours, being drained at 50 milliamps is 1,000 hours. However, that's 42 days, but you probably wouldn't be able to start your car after 21 days. I was told there would be no math. Just don't forget to remove it when you park. Very interesting, but stupid.
And that was an homage to Laughing that Chad probably never even heard of.
No.
So if you're just looking for something to connect your phone to your car audio system, this is just about a perfect gadget. So that's my review. It's a great item. It works really well. Don't pay more than $13 for it. And this is Buddy Yates from Palm Springs signing off. Lucy, you've got some splaining to do.
That is an incredible video.
Eric, I said 50. The chat room was counting. There were 52 scenes.
Nick with the C kept track the entire time. 52 different cuts. That had to be scripted or something. How do you keep? How would you remember once you get from one location to another?
You know, he must have done a script. I mean, and also I'll put the link to this video in the show notes, and I'll also put a link in to a 2-minute video about why he made this video. Is that he likes being creative, and he thought, well, if I'm going to make a video, I might as well make something unique.
That sounds like a man out of my own heart, and that's perfect.
I know.
If I'm going to do it, why not do it fun? Do it creative.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, John Hatton just said in a couple of decades, I want to be this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Love it.
So, Buddy Yates, you'll get a Mad. You'll get a 38-year-old Alfred E. Newman picture. And we can use more videos. They do not have to be 50 scenes or more. Okay? Just stick to the usual 2 to 3 minutes, and they can be 1 or 2 shots. A video about any kind of gadget, a gadget you love, a gadget you hate, a gadget that's in the attic, anything to do with a gadget, 2 to 3 minutes, and just make sure we can see the gadget and hear you. Put it on YouTube. You can click unlisted just before you upload it, and then only people with the URL will be able to see your video. And send that link to mail@gizwiz.tv, mail@gizwiz.tv. And Buddy, thanks again. That was really a lot of fun.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Buddy. Okay, with that, let's move on to the letter. Now.
And we have 2 more letters. Evidently, people were enthralled when I talked about the stove that didn't use electric or anything. You could cook freeze-dried meals just using a bag. And the last time, I couldn't find it anywhere online. So Joe from LA said, look at this over on Amazon. It gets really hot, they say, up to 384 degrees. All right, so this is kind of like what the mountaintop stove was. Now, two things. One is I have now sent for and bought a couple of these.
Oh, cool.
So I have a bunch of hot.
Exactly.
I have a bunch of videos yet to show from shows, but then we'll do a test on that. And I should say that
throw a meat thermometer in that.
Yes. Well, exactly. I was thinking 300. What did he say? 384 degrees. How could that be? So in reading the reviews, one reviewer said, this is a great item for its intended use. There is a major typo on the packaging. It heats to 198 degrees Fahrenheit, which is stated on the back of the package. However, the front of the package says 198 degrees centigrade, which is double.
Look at that. I see
there
right
it is.
here.
Oh, yeah.
194 degrees centigrade, 300 and something degrees Fahrenheit.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's even wrong on the website.
Yeah, I'm sure someone just read it off the front of the bag.
Yes, exactly. And then we got another email from Brian Horowitz, who says, I know you're talking about the Mountain House product that doesn't exist anymore. Reminds me of the Flamus ration heater, the FRH, that was included in MREs that the military uses. And here's a link to a Wikipedia item about that. So I'll put all these, the chemical reaction, everything is in this article about these self-heating chemical cooking with chemicals.
Cooking with chemicals.
You know what? That's a great new podcast we should be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should make this product. We'd have to buy a lot of insurance, but cooking with chemicals.
Yeah, you're right. We'll just stick to what we're doing. So the links to both those things will be in the show notes. And as I said, in a few weeks, when I'm done with all the videos, there are so many shows in the fall to get people's attention for the holidays. But at some point, we will cook something in this bag, or we may just heat the bag up and get one of those air thermometers and see just how hot it gets.
Perfect. Now I'm super excited to find out what the heck was it. Now, I must admit, I knew what this gadget was the moment I saw it.
Oh, do you have one?
Yes. In fact, I've owned a few through the years.
You don't have it on your table, do you?
No, I don't.
No,
I should have went and grabbed one.
No, I should have emailed you. This is a funny story. You probably have had this happen. I had that thing right here next to my camera for 7 weeks so that I could take it out and demonstrate it. The night before the meetup, I go, wait a minute. People are going to be sitting here in front of the camera talking to Chad. They'll see that. I've got to hide it. I hid it. I have no idea.
You hid it too well.
I have spent at least 3 hours. The good thing is I found other stuff I hid from years ago, and I go, oh, wow, that's
great. What the heck is it?
Yeah, but I don't know what that is. Now, if you want to go to that photo, we'll see that it is. That was it there. And I sent you a link to where you can buy that thing.
Oops. Okay, here, 1 second. Let me go get to that.
All right, so about 20 people knew what it is, and it is indeed
a dog training clicker.
Which you can buy at Petco for $2, or you can buy it on Amazon from Petco for $8.
Nice. Okay, here, I cannot find my email with it. But I agree, it's 100% a dog clicker. I used it early on when training with Charlie until my trainer said, never use that thing. She said, it will take you, a few minutes to go find the clicker if you don't have it with you. So don't worry about it, because if you accidentally forget it, then it's all useless. Here we go. Here's the product.
So there it is. There it is on Amazon. That's why they can make it Prime. If you go to the store on their website, it's $1.99. But if you go on Amazon, it's $7.98 with free shipping.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
So my trainer said just use. I say yes in a very specific tone, and that is my clicker. That's how my dog knows that he's doing correct. I say yes in that exact tone.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what my trainer said. So who knows if that works that way? But
okay. So about 20 people knew. We picked 6, but let's just go to the cute, clever answers.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And we can see some of those. And I'll just read a couple of them off the screen.
Perfect.
A lot of people had it right. Okay. So rain cover for a keyhole. I love this. This is a wine press that squeezes one grape at a time. Old elevator call button. I like this too. A pocket-sized one-hole paper punch. Portable speaker, could be that. This is also original. Original red box vending machine that could hold just one Betamax tape. Peephole from the other side. That's very clever. This broke me up. This is a toilet seat for a very tall, very skinny guy. So we did have 18 winners who will get the December issue of Mad Magazine.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And so here is the new What the Heck Is It? What the heck is it, actually? This looks like a bongo for a techno concert. It's a techno bongo.
Techno bongo. I think we should copyright that right away.
Exactly. That's a good podcast name too, Techno Bongo. If you think you know, go ahead.
Mention in the chat room said Charlie found the clicker and hit it. So
he did.
I couldn't use it. Right.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So if you think you know what this is, get a guessing over at gizwiz.biz. There's 6 Mad magazines for correct answers, but 12, double the Mad magazines for funny, hilarious, clever, interesting, and thoughtful answers. So get a guessing over at gizwiz.biz. We'll find out what the heck this is in 2 months. And at the end of January. So, it's November.
No, we'll find it out
December.
Right in the new year. Right in
on
the
new year. So get a guessing over at gizwiz.biz. And I'll say I do not know this one off the top of my head. So this one's got me. Big thanks to our patrons over at patreon.com/GizWiz. If you love the GizWiz, please consider giving back at patreon.com/GizWiz. Big thank you to everybody who has supported so far, who continue to support, who have supported in the past. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It means so much to us that you guys open up your hearts and your generosity for our show. Thank you so much. If you like the show, you can give back on Patreon, patreon.com/GizWiz, or you can head on over to gizwiz.tv, click on the Patreon tab, and there's a PayPal link if giving reoccurring every show isn't your thing. Speaking of gizwiz.tv, that's where you can watch us live. We do have some schedule changes coming up. Next week will be on a Wednesday. Then
Wednesday, because Thursday is the CES 2019 preview, so I have to go to that.
We'll have some good gadgets from that. Next, on the 15th, that'll be just fine, but on the 21st, we will be recording on a Wednesday as well. So set your calendars to GizWiz time this weekend.
That's Thanksgiving Eve.
Right, Thanksgiving Eve instead of Thanksgiving. Right. And that will always be at the top of our website if you ever wonder when we are recording next. Gizwiz.tv, that's where you can also subscribe and catch future episodes, or past episodes. I don't know if you can catch future episodes right now.
Boy, if you could catch future episodes, we could save a lot of time.
Yeah, that would be great. And so head on over to gizwiz.tv for that. Gizwiz.biz is a Dick's site where he writes up reviews of all of the gadgets that we cover, and there's links to the gadget to Dick's, oh my gosh, the What the Heck Is It game. I always seem to lose it at the end of the show. I always, we go just fine until the very end. So that about wraps it up for this episode of the Giz Wiz. We'll see you next week.
I'll be here.